What's up everybody, man? Back, welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another Godzilla Kong news roundup. That's right, in this video we will be continuing our chronological journey through the development and release of Godzilla Kong: The New Empire and its subsequent sequel, the next MonsterVerse movie, by talking about events that happened in April. In this one we've got a nice chill one all about the Japanese release of New Empire, as well as an in-depth look at Godzilla Evolved, taking a look at the inspirations for that design and where Godzilla is heading in the future, teasing that Godzilla will have a design change for the next movie. I'm pretty excited about that and I'm very curious to see where it leads. Let's get into it. Starting out, as always, I want to show off some art as usual, and this first piece comes to us from Rota Icon. This will be important later in the video, but this is a Dragon Ball Z inspired GXK art piece showing Godzilla absolutely slapping Kong around. I think it's very fun. I love the way that they did that like fiery effect around Godzilla. I thought that was super fun, so I wanted to show this one off. I thought it was cool. Next up, a returning artist here. This is Monko, aka Moisty Man, and this is a new image of their Godzilla 2014 redesign. They explained a little bit more as I showed off a bit more of this artwork in a previous video. Their Godzilla 2014 redesign is supposed to be inspired by evolved Godzilla, as if Godzilla 2014 evolved into that state, I think is the idea. He said that this is for a fan film he's working on. I believe it must be Godzilla and Kong, and I'm very excited to see what he comes up with. Or they, I guess I don't know. But they are a wonderful artist and wonderful animator in the community. I've seen their YouTube channel. They've got some wonderful animations on it. I'm sure I'll show some of those off at some point, but I thought this was awesome. And again, kind of relevant because we'll be talking about something similar to that towards the end of this video. What are we doing? He's an abomination. What are we doing here? Who is this? Rubies? Who made this? This is just, all I'm seeing here is that a new adult Godzilla inflatable costume is being released. This does appear to be from the same people who did the Godzilla 2014 inflatable. I guess I could see, like, to some degree they're making more texture improvements. Like, it looks like it has a better wrap that looks a little more textured like Godzilla, but oh my god, the neck and the face and the eye, what have they done to him? This is so weird. What is going on with the center of his head looking like that? Great work, you guys, keep it up. This is good stuff. What happened to him? I love it. Godzilla Kong: The New Empire hit theaters in Japan at the end of April, and as you can see here, they released a lot of theater goods. These are beautiful, dude. Oh my god, I love it. I love the ink paint. It's so sick. Godzilla and Kong running into action together. Ink art style is so cool. They sold a variety of goods with that on it. In Japan, there was also limited theatrical apparel that came out featuring GXK designs, all the character posters and such. It was all to celebrate the theatrical release over there in Japan. Japanese cups and popcorn buckets were also released. They had 3D cups as well. I guess what makes them 3D is that it's essentially a cup in a cup. These ones are actually really cool. I think the Kong one is super neat with the Kong face behind him roaring. That is super awesome. The Toho Cinemas Godzilla Theater exclusive items were revealed. There is so many of them. So many really cool ones. I like the fan. That's pretty cool. Lots of posters, nameplates, keychains, and small collectibles, as well as so many stickers and whatnot. I love the Kong axe keychain. A lot of the metallic keychains look very cool, as well as a Godzilla spine, which is something they've released for other films as well. They have a lot of apparel, they have a lot of figures, they have a lot of little merchandise, and then of course the Bandai Movie Monster series theater exclusive Godzilla 2024s were revealed. So there is a Godzilla and a Godzilla Evolved featuring different color palettes. The Godzilla one actually kind of features a Shimo-ish color. They do have the movie theater exclusive limited edition sparkles, which is obviously very special. Those are very awesome. I wish I could have gotten those. The UA Monsters Kong and Suko were revealed. I think they look really, really good. I think they look fantastic. Suko's face looks just like Suko in the movie, and I think the axe here is one of the best renditions of the axe we've seen on a figure. Good job, UA Monsters. I think these things are sick. The Banpresto Ichiban Godzilla Evolved was revealed for $115, so pretty expensive, but that's right alongside what we've seen for the other Godzillas, like Godzilla -1, and it does look to be a very similar level of quality as well, which is to say, very high quality. Spiral Studios revealed their Godzilla Evolved Heat Ray version for $200. I don't know exactly what makes it the Heat Ray version. I think it's because the spines have a bit of a glowing effect, as well as Godzilla's eyes eyes are glowing, but I guess I'm just not used to seeing evolved Godzilla not charged up, so to me this looks like what he should look like. But I think it's fantastic, lots of great detail, it's a pretty cool pose, looks very similar to some of the poses he strikes in the film. Prime 1 Studios then teased the Battle of the Titans figure set. So this teases Shimo and Godzilla and Scar King and Kong and Mothra in an all-out war. They revealed a little teaser trailer for it as well, hyping up this set. I will cover it more as they started to reveal more details over the next few months. More posters for Godzilla Kong: The New Empire were revealed, including this one, which is the Japanese poster featuring Godzilla and Kong and the pink splashes. I think this one's very artistic, actually pretty cool. The Japanese IMAX poster was also revealed, which looks fairly similar to some of the other posters. Again, looking pretty neat. This one's very cool, this artistic Chinese poster. We've seen some artwork like this for Godzilla vs. Kong, I believe. This is pretty cool as well. I love that it features Mothra up there. She's so cute. I love Mothra. Although I am tripped up by what's going on with the Godzilla spines coming out down below Kong down there. Back in Japan, a GXK X Persimmon Leaf sushi collaboration was revealed, as well as a Haneda Airport menu collaboration, which was revealed, which featured Godzilla food items and stickers as well. Godzilla vs. Kong Titan Chasers had promo art released. Actually, this game just hit the app stores in case you're wondering, but this is the promo art for it. Pretty cool, I love it. There was also a gameplay trailer, which I think has a pretty cool sense of what this game's about. I love Godzilla wandering around, but the chaos he causes, sending the death jackals running. Looks like there's a lot of combat. Like I said, it kind of looks like one of those like Jurassic Park builder games, but with a Godzilla spin on it, and a bit more combat, which is pretty neat. I do wonder what's up with the city on what is supposed to be an abandoned island, so I guess I wonder if the game has like an in-depth storyline you can discover as well. I'm sure I'll play it at some point, so I'll be able to tell you when the day comes. I thought it was funny that to promote New Empire over in Japan, they had Takashi Yamazaki of Godzilla Minus One teasing and promoting the movie. They released a little promo of him praising Mothra in the film and saying that it is a super exciting experience to watch in theaters. Over in Japan, Suzuki Mogura, the head of the Japanese dub for GXK, that's right, they did release it both with subtitles and a dubbed version in theaters in Japan, which I thought was pretty cool, held a talk show with Shinsuke Kasaki at Godzilla Fest Osaka. I think it's really important for dubs to exist. They expand the accessibility of the film to people who cannot read subtitles. I also think it's really weird that like there wasn't an uproar in the US community that there was a dubbed version of GXK that supposedly would destroy the artistic integrity of the film, the same way that people freaked out when there was a -1 dub. It's almost like you guys have weird double standards. We got some updates on the future of the MonsterVerse, and at the time, an update on Kong's survival instinct. Legendary executives praised the success of the MonsterVerse, celebrating its appeal to core fans and its newfound appeal to children and families. This exec reveals that GXK's products and merchandise are selling incredibly well. He reveals that as of April 2024, products were planned all the way through November or fall of 2025. The Playmates line was stated to continue, along with Fat Mojo's plushies, as well as the construction sets from Mega. They were also going to continue and expand the sales of the RC Jada Godzilla and more. They celebrated the COD crossover as well as the Roblox crossover. They also then celebrated the currently running Lords Mobile collab. They then teased the 7-Level Studios game coming to PC and console, as well as the 60-out escape room. As for that 7 levels game, it was described as an ambitious action-adventure game. The game is set shortly after Godzilla vs. Kong in the aftermath of a ruined city. The player is a human character who is a survivor trying to navigate the ruins of the city during Titan combat. This eventually, as we know, did develop into Kong's survival instinct. Bear McCreary shared a video giving his thoughts on the Godzilla theme, celebrating Godzilla being back in theaters with the New Empire. He celebrated that Michael Dougherty had such reverence for the source material when making Godzilla King of the Monsters, and talks about the tendency in Hollywood pictures to reuse classic themes, but only in the end credits of the movie. McCreary finds this to be in poor taste, saying he didn't want to do that. He doesn't want to nod at Ifukube. He wants to fully embrace Ifukube's themes, and he states that if there's gonna be a Godzilla theme, it should be that one. So he took to Ifukube's work and modified it for the new film in order to preserve the core of what made that theme immortal. He also wanted to modernize it, so it didn't feel like a throwback theme, but instead a modern piece of music that fits the tone and style of the current film and the rest of the soundtrack. As much as I love Naoki Sato's versions of Ifukube's Godzilla themes in Godzilla Minus One, and as much as I think those are actually the perfect remasters of Godzilla's music, I do think it clashes with some of the rest of the soundtrack in a way that McCreary's doesn't. I love the way that McCreary found a way to work Ifukube's themes into the soundscape of the rest of the soundtrack for that film in a way that they never felt out of place. They just felt like they perfectly exist in the world of that soundtrack, and I love it. This one was pretty cool. We got to hear some in-depth details about Godzilla's evolution in the movie. Jared Krzyzewski, the lead creature designer for GXK, reveals that Godzilla's transformation was inspired by Dragon Ball, but not the Super Saiyan Rose form of Goku, which mirrors Godzilla's evolved state. Instead, Godzilla's evolved state was based on the Kaioken form of Goku, which is a super-powered energy form he can achieve for small bursts. Godzilla's evolved state is said to be temporary. Krzyzewski Krzyzewski revealing that Godzilla absorbed a massive amount of energy and other Titan DNA, but that it will quickly burn away. This is also why he sheds all of his fat, as it's all put into active use, but as soon as Godzilla regains full control of his body, that energy will subside and he will bulk back up. Krzyzewski explains that Godzilla Evolved is more of a middle stage of Godzilla, and that his body hasn't finished transforming. He also explains that this new form of Godzilla probably makes him the most powerful Titan on Earth, but not in Hollow Earth. I honestly have no idea what Titan could possibly be more powerful on Earth on the surface world than the 2019 Godzilla, than Godzilla at the start of New Empire. Maybe Methuselah could tank Godzilla? Maybe Methuselah is so big that it could survive a fight with Godzilla? I have no idea. I think it's a very interesting thing, and I also think it's very interesting that Godzilla would still not be the most powerful Titan in Hollow Earth, even in his evolved state. I guess if one of those giant serpents that Kong crosses the skeleton of appears, it could probably just swallow Godzilla, but I have a hard time believing he wouldn't blast a hole out of its stomach. I love the idea that Godzilla is in a middle state of evolution and that he will re-achieve a fuller state of evolution later down the line. It's where I think Moisty Man's design's kind of S-tier perfection on where we could go in the future for Godzilla. I think that's a perfect redesign, taking Godzilla back to the 2014 roots while retaining a lot of the ideas from Godzilla Evolved. I'm curious to see where we go from here. I also think it's interesting that Godzilla doesn't have full control of his body in his evolved state. Is it that he's so powerful that he can't control how much power he's putting into things? I don't know. I think it's interesting. Thank you guys all so much for watching, especially a big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. If you want to support the Patreon, you can use the link in the description below. Through that, you can get early access to content, access to the Discord community, and more. It is the most direct way to support this channel and the best way to make sure that I can continue to make videos like this for you. If that's not your thing, please consider joining the channel as a channel member. I really appreciate it. Alrighty guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time for the next one. D-Man out.